boy, 13 years old. He's told by his parents that he needs to go to his grandfather in order to learn how to hunt. So he goes to his grandfather, who's sitting on the porch, and he tells him, "Grandfather, I've been told I need to hunt, and you're to be my guide." The grandfather says, "Okay, well, the first thing that you need to do is when you go home at night, I want you to imagine a deer. Just using your imagination before you go to sleep, see the deer and come back." So the boy goes and he tries that for a few days and comes back to his grandfather and he says, "Well, I'm having a hard time doing it, Grandpa. I can't see the deer." Grandpa says, "You need to just in your mind's eye imagine the animal just using your creativity." And the boy goes back a couple days, finally comes back. "Okay, Grandpa, I saw the deer with my imagination." And grandfather says, "Good, good. Now I want you to go back and imagine that you were there with the deer." So the boy goes and takes a couple days and imagines that he's with the deer in his mind's eye, comes back and tells his grandfather. His grandfather says, "Good, good. Now I want you to go into the woods. You'll actually go into nature now. And I want you to find the place where you imagined seeing that deer." And so the boy goes and he spends a couple weeks trying to find where this place was, and the season ends. So he has to wait a whole year and comes back to his grandfather. And finally, he figures out where this place is and he tells his grandfather, "Okay, it's been a year. I found the place. Now can I have my gun so I can go hunt for deer?" And the grandfather says, "Well, you're almost ready, but not quite. So I want you to take your drums and I want you to go sit in the place where you found the deer and I want you to sing your songs and I want you to call the deer into you." So the boy goes and he tries again, singing his songs. No deer comes. A whole year passes, comes back to his grandfather finally and says, "Okay, I sang my songs and I had the deer come close. Now can I have the gun so that I can go kill the deer?" The grandfather says, "Well, I want you to sing your songs and I want you to wait till you can open your heart to the deer. Wait till it comes close enough that you can open your heart, love the deer, and have the deer open its heart to you." And so the boy goes and he does this after a couple weeks and comes back to his grandfather and shares with him, "Grandpa, I saw the deer and I felt my heart opening to it and I love the deer." And the grandpa says, "Okay, well, it's time for you to take your gun and I want you to go hunt the deer." And the boy says, "Well, I don't want to hunt the deer. I love the deer now." And grandpa says, "Well, your family needs the food. You need to go and hunt the deer." So the boy works up a fit of rage. It's the only way that he can kill the deer. And he jumps on the back of the deer and stabs it and brings it back to his grandfather, throws it on the porch, and says, "There, old man, are you satisfied?" And the grandpa looks at him and says, "When you can be as moved by stepping on a blade of grass as you are by killing that deer, that's when you'll be a man."